Discussions about greening cities typically recognize the importance of sustainable infrastructure and smart urban planning. What they often overlook is that nature is the world's original infrastructure, and nature-based solutions can help cities address some of the biggest planning challenges that they face. So, what should a green city look like? Should it resemble Copenhagen with its high rates of bicycle commuting and recycling? What about Curitiba, the capital of Brazil's Pará state, with its pedestrian-centered planning? Or perhaps Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, which is powered entirely by renewable energy. With more than 50% of the world's population now living in urban areas, a share that's rising really fast, the answer to this question will shape our collective future. But it may be more straightforward than we realize. To make cities greener, that is, a lot less polluted, more resource efficient, and more environmentally resilient, we should make them literally greener. Discussions about greening cities typically recognize the importance of sustainable infrastructure and smart urban planning. What they often overlook is that nature is the world's original infrastructure, and nature-based solutions can help cities address some of the biggest planning challenges they face, like air and water pollution, water scarcity, and extreme heat, all of which are now being exacerbated by climate change. In some cases, nature-based solutions are at least as cost-effective as conventional built infrastructure, not least because they can often address multiple challenges at once. And as planting trees along streets demonstrate, such solutions don't have to be complicated. Trees, research shows, can help reduce air pollution, the single biggest threat to human health, especially in urban areas. And that's according to the World Health Organization. How do they do it? Trees filter fine particulate matter, like that emitted by internal combustion engines in cars. They're also highly effective at combating the urban heat island effect, which can result in dangerously high summer temperatures. Nature is the world's original infrastructure. Nature-based solutions can help cities address some of the biggest planning challenges that they face. Of course, the benefits of planting trees are highly localized, but that makes them particularly effective as a targeted intervention, say as a screen against a busy road or industrial area, or to protect vulnerable areas like schools and nursing homes. Moreover, planting trees in low-income, under-resourced neighborhoods, which often have less canopy cover, can really help to mitigate environmental inequality. So, the Nature Conservancy is working with other nonprofit, community organizers, and public health researchers in Kentucky. They're trying to plant more trees in areas with low canopy cover, and to conduct the first controlled trial of trees as a medical intervention. Another major urban challenge is that nature can help address in water management. Materials that compose modern cities are mostly impermeable, sidewalks and pavement, so they can't absorb rainwater. As a result, during heavy storms, the runoff overloads drainage systems, causing pollutants to run through city streets and into local ecosystems. Rain gardens, small pockets of native vegetation planted in natural depressions and at low points, can resolve this problem by collecting and filtering rainwater, so it can be reabsorbed back into the earth, resulting in recharged aquifers and increased biodiversity. In Chinese sponge cities like Shenzhen, rain gardens together with green roofs and artificial wetlands are already being used to manage stormwater, aided by permeable paving materials that allow water to filter through the substrate. Natural interventions beyond a city's borders can also help to address water management challenges. In Nairobi, increased agricultural activity in the Upper Tana watershed resulted in such heavy sediment runoff that it reduced water flows downstream to the city. The resulting water shortages disproportionately hurt the poorest residents, who are often really forced to buy jerry cans of water at really high prices. Hydropower production also fell. Now Nairobi is working with its rural neighbors to use nature-based solutions to address water security issues at the source. Through the Nairobi Upper Tana Water Fund, the combined resources of government and business are helping farmers implement more sustainable agricultural practices, such as the use of cover crops, resulting not only in increased water flows to Nairobi, but also in higher agricultural yields. Other water funds that the Nature Conservancies helped to develop around the world have proved to be similarly beneficial. This is important because nearly half of all cities around the world experience periodic water scarcity, with those that rely on surface water especially vulnerable. Nature-based solutions might not be sufficient to solve every single challenge facing a particular city. Urban areas may also need to be well-designed, sustainably built, with infrastructure that can manage air and water, and increase clean energy systems and efficient public transportation options to help reduce pollution and carbon emissions. But nature-based solutions, if sufficiently funded and implemented in an equitable manner, offer benefits that we can no longer afford to ignore. The technology and infrastructure that have allowed cities to flourish in the past had really high costs, from pollution to flooding to biodiversity loss. As climate change reshapes our planet, these threats are growing and shifting, compounding the challenge further. We can't solve the problem created by concrete and turbines with more concrete and turbines. We need flexible solutions that can make our cities more resilient, sustainable, and adaptable without undermining the urban dynamism and prosperity on which we rely. Nature itself can offer such solutions and be a catalyst for healthier, more vibrant neighborhoods, driving investment and making cities more successful by any measure.